Job 24 through 28, or Iyob 24 through 28. Times are not hidden from the Almighty, and why have not those who know him seen his ways? They remove landmarks. They rob and feed on flocks. They drive away the donkey of the fatherless. They take the widow's ox as a pledge. They turn the needy out of the way. The poor of the earth have hidden together. See, as wild donkeys in the wilderness, they go about their tasks, eager seekers for prey. The desert gives his bread for the children. They reap fodder in a field, and they glean the vineyard of the wrong. They spend the night naked, without a garment and without covering in the cold. They are wet with the showers of the hills and have embraced a rock for lack of shelter. And they snatch away the fatherless from the breast and take a pledge from the poor. Naked they shall go about without a garment, and hungry they shall take away sheaves. They press out oil within their walls. Wine presses they shall tread, yet suffer thirst. Men groan in the city, and the beings of the wounded cry out, and Eloah does not regard it as foolish. They have become rebels against the light. They've not known his ways, nor remained in his paths. The murderer rises at daylight. He kills the poor and needy, and in the night he is a thief. And the eye of the adulterer watches for dusk, saying, "No one sees me." And he puts a covering on the face. In the dark, he has broken into houses. By day, they shut themselves up. They have not known light. For all of them, morning is the same as the shadow of death. When he discerns the extreme fears of the shadow of death, he is swift on the face of the waters. Their portion is cursed in the earth. He does not turn into the way of vineyards. Drought and heat snatch away snow waters. Sheol, those who have sinned. The womb forgets him. The worm feeds sweetly on him. He is remembered no more, and wickedness is broken like a tree, treating evil the barren who does not bear, and does no good for the widow. But he draws the mighty away with his power. He rises up, and no one is certain of life. He gives him safety, and he leans on it, yet his eyes are on their ways. They are lifted up for a little while, then they are gone. Then they shall be brought low. Like all else, they are gathered up, and they are cut off like the heads of grain. And if it is not so, who does prove me a liar and make my word worthless? Job 25. And Bildad the Shuhite answered and said, "Rule and fear belong to him, making peace in his high places. Is there any number to his armies? And on whom does his light not rise? So, how could man be righteous before El? Or how could he be flawless, he who is born of a woman? See, even the moon does not shine, and the stars have not been flawless in his eyes. How much less a man, a maggot, and a son of a man, a worm?" Job 26. And Iyob answered and said, How have you helped the powerless, saved an arm not strong? How have you given counsel to the unwise, or declared sound advice to many? With whom have you spoken words, and whose spirit came from you? The dead wait, those under the waters and those inhabiting them. Sheol is naked before him, and destruction has no covering. He it was who stretched out the north over emptiness, hanging the earth upon space, binding up waters in his thick clouds, and the cloud is not torn under them, covering the surface of his throne, spreading his cloud over it. A law of encirclement on the face of the waters until the end of light with darkness. The columns of heavens tremble and are stunned at his reproof. By his power he has calmed the sea. By his understanding he struck down Rahab. By his spirit he adorned the heavens. His hand whirled the fleeing serpent. See, these are the fringes of his ways, and how little a matter is heard of him. And who understands the thunder of his power? Job 27. And Iyob again took up his discourse and said, As El lives, who has turned aside my right ruling, and the Almighty, who has made my life bitter. As long as my breath is in me, and the spirit of Eloah in my nostrils, my lips do not speak unrighteousness, nor my tongue utter deceit. Far be it from me that I grant that you are right. Until I die, I would not turn aside my integrity from me. My righteousness I hold fast, and I do not let it go. My heart does not reproach me as long as I live. Let my enemy be like the wrongdoer, and he who rises up against me like the unrighteous. For what is the expectancy of the defiled one when he does cut off, when Eloah takes away his life? Would El hear his cry when distress comes upon him? Would he delight himself in the Almighty, call on Eloah at all times? Let me teach you by the hand of El that which is with the Almighty I do not hide. See, all of you have seen it. Why then are you altogether vain? This is the portion of a wrong man with El, and the inheritance of cruel ones, which they receive from the Almighty. If his children are increased, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not have enough to eat. Those who remain of him are buried in death, and their widows do not weep. Though he heaps up silver like dust and lays up garments like clay, he lays up, but the righteous puts it on, and the innocent divide the silver. He built his house like a moth, like a booth which a watchman made. He lies down a rich man, but he's not gathered. When he opens his eyes, it is no more. Alarms overtake him like a flood. A storm wind shall steal him away in the night. The east wind takes him away, and he is gone. For it sweeps him from his place, and it hurls him against him and does not spare. He swiftly flees from its power. It claps its hands at him, and it hisses him out of his place. Job 28. Indeed, there is a mine for silver and a place where gold is refined. Iron is taken from the earth, and copper is smelted from ore. An end to darkness he has set, and to every limit he is searching, to rocks in the deepest darkness. He opens a shaft far away from the sojourner. They are forgotten by feet. They hang far away from men. They swing to and fro. Earth, out of which grows food, is turned underneath as by fire. Its stones are the place of sapphires, and it has dust of gold. No bird of prey knows the path, nor has the hawk's eye seen it. The proud beasts have not trodden it, nor has the fierce lion passed over it. He puts his hand on the flint. He shall overturn the mountains at the roots. He cuts out channels in the rocks, and his eye sees every precious gem. He dams up the sources of the rivers, and he brings to light what is hidden. And wisdom, where is it found? And where is the place of understanding? Man does not know its value, and it is not found in the land of the living. The deep has said, "It is not in me," and the sea has said, "It is not with me." Gold is not given for it, nor is silver weighed out as its price. It is not valued in the gold of Ophir, in the precious shoham or sapphire. Gold or crystal are not to be compared with it, nor is it exchanged for a vessel of fine gold. No mention is made of coral or crystal, for the price of wisdom is above rubies. The topaz of Cush is not to be compared with it, nor is it valued in clean gold. And wisdom, from where does it come? And where is the place of understanding? It's been hidden from the eyes of all living and concealed from the birds of the heavens. Destruction and death have said, "With our ears we've heard a report of it." Elohim has understood its way, and he has known its place. For he looks to the ends of the earth, sees under all the heavens, making a weight for the wind, and measuring out the waters by measure. When he made a law for the rain, and a way for the lightning of thunder, then he saw wisdom and declared it. He prepared it and also searched it out. And he said to man, "See, the fear of Yahovah, that is wisdom, and to turn from evil is understanding."